recent study has found that 6 out of 10 investors have vowed never to purchase stock again. Here to discuss this new conservative mindset of investing is David Templeton of Adage Financial in Little Rock, Arkansas. David, welcome back.
My pleasure, Scott.
All right, so this study is interesting. Half the respondents had at least $50,000 of investable assets, and the other half had at least $250,000 in assets. What's the significance of using real investors in this study?
Well, the significance lies from these people that have actually seen massive declines in their stock portfolios, whether it's in their 401ks or private investments. They lost quite a bit of money, and they're scared to death to place their money anywhere right now.
Another key finding in the study, David, is that 70% of the respondents said they have little faith in finding a trustworthy financial institution. Why are people so pessimistic about the intent of financial institutions these days?
Well, Scott, I would think that stems from the financial institutions that went belly up a few years back and the government bailed them out. And I think that the American people kind of have a little bad taste in their mouth, so to speak, about that. I mean, when the financial institutions got bailed out, the private investors didn't get bailed out. Their money was still down significantly, and in many cases, most of them hadn't even recovered back to what their gains were before that happened.
David, another key finding in the study is that 60% of the respondents said guarantees are more important than the potential for higher growth. What option do people have if their preferences are now for guarantees?
Well, I'm not surprised to hear that at all, Scott. The options out there today are minimal. People in the old days, just as recently as 5 or 6 years ago, we could get 5%, 6% on CDs, 1 and 2 year terms. Bonds were paying 5, 6%. Nowadays, bonds at historical lows, yields are at historical lows. CDs, you'd be happy to get a half of 1% in a term of 12, 18 months. So the options are, people are looking for guarantees and safety. Safety is the most important thing I think they're looking for, and there are technologies out there available in today's marketplace to give people good returns, anywhere from 4, 6, 8% returns with a significant amount of safety and guarantees. It's just a lot of people that aren't familiar with where to find those type of options.
David, can you talk about any of the dangers that might be associated with a really conservative approach now? Let's talk about inflation, for example.
Well, being conservative is a danger in itself. If you're too conservative, you're not going to be able to keep up with inflation. Inflation's been running at least 4%. Some institutions would say that inflation is actually more than 4%. So if you're not at least making 4% or more on your money, then you're actually losing money before your money's ever invested. So having your money placed in some sort of investment instrument that is going to at least keep pace with inflation is imperative.
David, in closing, why are annuities a good alternative here?
Well, number one, Scott, annuities offer the two main things: safety and guarantees. Safety and guarantees are the most crucial thing that people are looking for right now. Annuities have income options on them that can provide significant amounts of income that pays income for a lifetime. I explain to people that in different situations, you can actually run out of money but never run out of income, and they ask me, how could that be possible? Well, I give them a simple example. If you have $100,000 and you're sitting on it in a bank CD, basically paying nothing, and you're going to spend $5,000 a year, and you're 60 years old and you're going to retire, in 20 years you're going to be out of money. Whereas an annuity, if it was paying 5% on that $100,000 guaranteed for the rest of your life, after 20 years, you're 80 years old. If you live to 95 to 100 years old, you're still getting the $5,000 a year.
All right, David, thank you.
My pleasure, Scott.
My guest has been David Templeton with Adage Financial in Little Rock, Arkansas, and this is Annuity News Now.